day 24 of how to build your swing in 30 days. Today we're going to talk about how do we get the club into impact being square, because most of us really struggle with that. So we're going to talk about really what your wrist should be doing, how to prepare yourself to get into a good impact position by what your wrist should do. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe or like the video and we'll get going. Alright, so how do we get our club face squared impact more consistently? Because a lot of us struggle with this. And really, if you want to get into a good impact position, it really starts at the top of your swing on the way down, which most of us really kind of struggle getting to that position. We don't realize how much that club face actually has to be into almost, it's going to look like a closed position for the club to actually be square. One of the reasons why it needs to look like it's actually closed, it's almost going to feel like it looks like that, is because once you turn your hips and you turn your shoulders into impact, that club face comes back square. Okay, most of us think that, oh, it just needs to look like that, but then once you rotate your hips and your shoulders into impact, that face is open. And that's why a lot of us, there's two different types of, I guess you could say, slices. All right, we got a push slice, which the club face is open and it could be a path, and then there's just a straight block, which is the club face is open. The path might be kind of good and goes right, and you can even have a really good path and still kind of hit a cut or a slice if your club face is open. All right, and that's what typical golfers really struggle with, is losing the golf ball to the right because they don't close the face down fast enough. So what I want you to really practice is when you get to the top of that backswing, on the way down, I want you to feel like that club face starts to close. It's going to feel like it's facing the ground as it comes down into the ball. Okay, it is okay if you kind of pull it left for a while, then just do it a little bit less with your hands on closing it down. But this needs to be a gradual move, not something at the last minute where you try to flip it and save it. And that's why so many of us struggle with distance and contact, is because if you're right here and the face is open and you try really fast to flip your hands through, it's super inconsistent. It's hard to do. So really get into a good idea. If you want to have good impact, get to the top of that backswing, and on the way down, feel like you start to get that face closed and close it down into impact. All right, automatically you should start seeing better ball flight. We all know that impact, the shaft should be leaning from our past videos. All right, that move will help all of that. Ball flight should be starting to go a little bit lower also. Okay, so if you haven't already, subscribe. I hope this helps you with your impact and kind of explains, hey, I need to get that club face rotating closed earlier in my downswing.